working with Sony, and you've worked with several other brands, not just Sony,
Yeah, but yeah.
Levi's,
Mm.
PGY Tech, Can.
I started messing around with it, blind drunk, and I was like, "This is photographer." Maybe I just want people to think I'm dark and mysterious and cool.
Welcome back to another episode of Shut In Chill. I'm your host, Justin Cruz.
I am your co-host Ruben Rodriguez. Now we are done with all holidays. As some Puerto Ricans who our Christmas and New Year's extends far into January.
Yeah,
Three
they're still
Kings and all
celebrating.
that.
Still
So
celebrating.
yeah, you're still celebrating because you're about to go on vacation. What you got going on?
Yeah. About to go on vacation for 2 weeks. Honestly, I just don't want to work. So I'm gonna take a nice little break from work, but I'm gonna keep working on obviously the photography stuff. Hopefully we'll link up in Tokyo with their boy Sam. So got that coming up. Do some shoots, do some creative things this month while I'm away from my actual job. And yeah, what do you got going on this month?
And for the semester start next week, or like in a week and a half. So buying my little notebooks, my pens, my paper, all that little stuff.
Do you guys
Renewing
know
my
what you're? Do you know what you're learning this semester?
I picked up my schedule and all that, so we're gonna say I got editing on the way, got an acting class, got some journalism, a lot of things that will not help me find a job. So excited for that.
Love to hear it. We're always for things that aren't gonna help us in the future.
Yes, but our near future is looking really bright because we
Yeah,
have our second Australian on the podcast.
we do. Super special guest today, all the way from Australia. Good friends with our man Sam that was on the podcast previously, and we're gonna get to hear his story today. So stay tuned for that. All right, our next guest, we got Kaylob Eyles. Caleb,
Nailed it.
how
Wait
are
for
you,
to
brother?
stuff up the name again.
Yeah, right. I've been terrible. Bad start.
No, I'm good, man. Good to be here. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you on. We've had some people you worked with on here, so it's excited to have you on. We heard a little bit about you previously, so
Yeah, under a different name now too.
yeah.
So my last username that he was giving me grief for because it was just like confusing. It had like underscores and stuff like that. So every time someone tried to find me on Instagram, it's just like you had to try and spell it right and then get the right So
You got like 15 other people, and you're like, "Fuck, which one is it?"
yeah, no. So I'm glad he brought that up because I changed it pretty much the day after you guys did this podcast. So
That's funny. So tell us a little bit about you.
yeah, well, I mean, I'm mainly a portrait photographer now. I've done it full time for a while, and I sort of did that for a while and burnt out pretty hard. So I worked out that that's not what I really want to do anymore. So I've sort of gone from like hobbyist to like professional to sort of going back to just doing it for the love again. So it's really good. But yeah, no, I'm going more down like the sort of personal approach now, like personal sort of like trying to get more like collab deals and brand deals with people, So I'm enjoying it a lot more. Like it's good making stuff for yourself and not for everyone else all the time.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to start with the beginning. How many years have you been shooting?
Well, I picked it up probably 7 years ago now as a joke. Like, I was at a party and like I saw this guy running around with a camera. I was like, oh, it's like this guy. Like I was like, so, and then I started messing around with it, blind drunk, and I was like, this is photographer, and then I actually really enjoyed it. It turned out that I loved it. So I went to like local tech store and bought like this like shitty Nikon D3500. Yes, I started
Ooh.
on Nikon, so that was good. Yeah, and I thought I was killing it. I was running around taking pictures of like leaves and grass and like whatever. I thought I was like obsessed with like taking like close up like 1.8 aperture pictures of like just random things, and then cranking up the saturation and the clarity in Lightroom and just making it really gritty. And I thought it was killing it. So, but yeah, no, I started taking it seriously, and I started doing like small weddings and sort of small little brand jobs and stuff for like, you know, cafes and stuff like that. And then, yeah, I took a break for a while, and then I decided like, you know, I wanted to take it full time. I was like, you know, if I'm going to do it, I might as well try and give it a crack. And I did it for like 2 years, and yeah, it was pretty much like sort of burnt me out pretty hard. It was, yeah, I mean, it's good. Like you can't, like, you're doing what you love, but also like you sort of, it's hard being squeezed like as creatives, like being forced to be creative when you might not always want to be creative. So, but yeah, no, I basically, I mean, I worked professionally for about 4 years. Yeah, I'd say.
So,
and then, yeah.
You went from a joke to full time to now you're doing this full time, correct?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Again?
I'm still doing it full time. I've changed the balance up, so I'm doing a lot less for other people. I got basically like my monthly like expenditures like in order, and I just said, this is how much I need to earn each month to like live comfortably, and then the rest of my time I'm going to focus on myself and focus on like my own videos and own content. So that's been the 2026 goal.
Yes, that's dope.
Yeah, so yeah.
So we so in a recent post you stated that you were burned out and ready to quit. What made you stay? How does this affect you going forward?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just lucky that I have such a good support network around me. Like the creative bubble is both very toxic and also very like beautiful at the same time. Like I like openly stated to a bunch of people that I work with, and that like, I'm over it. Like, you know, I don't find it fun anymore. Like, it's a grind, and everyone's just trying to like do like for likes and, you know, all that sort of stuff. And I was like, I'm over it. I'm gonna sell my gear. I'm gonna go do something else. And then yeah, like I just, you know, had a lot of people that you know, a lot of people talking me out of it and supporting me, and sort of, so like that's what I'm grateful for. Like with the community, it's like, it's, you know, talk me back into it. And also I think like having a good decent break from it for a while was really good. Like started me, like I went back to appreciating it, and, you know, I felt like I had to always get, you know, each photo that I posted or each video that I posted had to be better than the last one. So it just ended up like sort of building up too much to a point where I was like, okay, I can't get beaten these last photos. So yeah, and after I had a bit of a break, I got like a collab deal with, well, Sony took me away to test out the new A7 IV. That was pretty much on the cusp of like when I was like ready to quit. I was like, so I'm over it. And then these guys were like, hey, do you want to come do this with us? And I was like, oh, shit. So,
I gotta do it now.
Yeah.
So how does that turn into, you're ready to quit, Sony hits you up. Are they hitting you up at this time? Are you doing like kind of your landscape 1.8s, or are you doing portraits? What are you doing at this point that Sony is hitting you up to do a collab with them?
I don't even know what, like, because the previous year before that, I got Street Photography of the Year through them. That was in 2024, I think. And then like I didn't hear anything from them for a while, and then they just hit me up randomly and said, hey, do you want to come do this? And I have no idea why. I don't know if it was from winning that award, or if it was they saw some of my like recent content that I started posting, which was all portrait stuff. But what we ended up doing was more portrait stuff, so I'm assuming that's what it was, and that would have been just from, you know, grinding away on the on the reels as well. So yeah.
So I've seen a lot of the people talking about contests. How does that work for someone that's just starting, or, you know what I mean? How are you using these kind of contests to help grow yourself?
I mean, it's good and bad in a way. Like, it's good for the, you know, if you win, so winning's good. But I mean, it's also bad if, you know, you're constantly throwing stuff at a wall and you're not getting anything back. Like, you know, then you start going, oh, am I bad at this? Like, am I, you know, do I deserve to win this? And it's like, it's also like, you know, awards, you could sort of run around and be like, oh, I'm an award winner. But at the end of the day, it's another person on the end of that award, and it's their taste that picks that winner. So you kind of just, it's sort of luck of the draw who picks it. And obviously there's good and bad photos. Like there's there's bad photos, but obviously taste is acquired. So I think don't get hung up on it too much. It's just like it's cool, but like it doesn't make or break whether you're a good or not creative. I think that's with a lot of those kind of things. But I mean, you got to be in it to win it. So just chuck them in. Don't get attached to them, and see what happens, I suppose. Yeah.
Do you think like winning that contest kind of played your like future of working with Sony, and you've worked with several other brands, not just Sony,
Yeah, but
Levi's,
Mm.
PGY Tech, Did you work with Canon?
It was like a competition with Canon. So like no, I think like it might have been in the pipeline to do stuff with Canon, but they didn't like me because I think I swore too much and I was a bit scruffy. They wanted me to shave my beard. I'm assuming. So, so yeah, but yeah, so, but I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if that like that award sort of pushed me forward or not. It kind of it was like going back to what I said. Like it also put me in a thing like where it's like everything has to be as good as those photos now, and it was like I couldn't post regular photos like I was always anxious to post something, so I'm like, oh, is it as good as this thing, or is it award winning or whatever. So yeah, I think you can definitely get hung up on it, and that's why I'd say it's not as good.
I think that's a huge thing with creators, and something because I've only been shooting for a year, and across my time of shooting for a year, I've heard of a lot of don't get caught up on Instagram, don't get caught up on social media. How do you think social media is affecting creators nowadays?
Again, good and bad. I think it's very good for the point that it's how we got here. Like you guys, we've connected over social media, and it gets you talking and finding other creators that you'd never speak to, or like because you could print and have exhibitions, but you're never going to get people like overseas. Like if you're doing local stuff to see your stuff, so it's amazing. You can get people all across the world to see your work, but also like again, you get hung up on the stats, you get hung up on the likes. Like I know for a fact that like my posts like perform like somewhat well. Like I have like a good like little like clique of people that will just like comment on my stuff most of the time. And but what's happening is like as soon as I post it, I'm constantly refreshing my phone. I'm constantly like replying to comments, and like it's like I'll edit all day, and then I'll post in the evening, and then I'll just be sitting there scrolling my phone, and like I got to hang out with my missus and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time, and yeah, it can get very toxic because like you could post stuff, you could get no comments, no likes, and you're like, oh, my stuff's bad. It could be really good stuff. You're just not like you post them once every couple of months. So yeah, I don't know. Double-edged sword, 100%.
I think the biggest effect of that, and it kind of goes back to your point of when you did the competition and you're trying to compete, is like when you have a really good post and it does very well, and then your next post just shits the
Bombs,
bed.
yeah. Yeah. And
you-
it's funny because like my best performing posts and like award winning photos are photos that I never even like thought of were like anyway good, and the ones that I spent the most time on or the most attached with, they just bombed so hard, like no one even cared about them. Like that Hong Kong photo, the street photo I won with the Sony award. I was walking through Hong Kong after having lunch, and I just took a picture of this dude in the cafe and walked off. It was like a 30-second interaction. I was like, oh, that guy looks cool. Bang, walked off.
Yeah.
Done, and that was it. So, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. That's just, yeah. I guess that's why I just don't get attached to stuff too much.
On the topic of social media, you run YouTube, and you also do a lot of behind the scenes videos. How important do you feel like those videos are to, not only you, but your audience, and also with growing your social medias?
I think faceless content soon will be like a thing of the past, or it's just going to be too saturated where no one's going to stand out because of AI and how crazy like you used to see like this portrait AI artists. I'm not going to call them that, but the people that will generate portraits, and people will just be like, wow, this is amazing portraits, how did you shoot this? And like but like at the end of the day, like if you just post portraits, you're just going to blend in with all of that saturated work. So I think you've got to have a bit of trust and a bit of personality behind your stuff. yeah, otherwise it's just more work, which kind of sucks. It does really suck actually. It gets your face out there, but also like if you're looking to do sort of brand stuff, I think again you've got to have that trust, and that's like since I've started putting my face up on Instagram, like I hate my face, but like I just have to like you got to do it. And as soon as I started doing it, like I started getting small outreaches from people, and then like brands started slowly hitting me up, and so yeah, you got to do it. I mean, it kind of sucks, but you get used to it. So, I might
Yeah.
like my process for my BTS. Like, I'm very lazy. Like, I don't want to. I want to focus on the photo shoot and the models that I've just like planned to shoot. Like, I don't want to sit there and yell at the camera
Yeah.
and like, oh wait, I got to film this and I got to film this. Like, I just strap my 360 camera on the top of my camera, and then I just let it run the whole time, and I let it all capture all natural stuff. And I think that's why like I think that's what some people like about my reels is that I'm not forcing it too much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I
You're
don't
just
know. I'm just
recording
gonna
it.
keep throwing stuff at a wall until it sticks, I suppose.
It's kind of what you have to do in a way, especially I
Mm.
think starting out. I mean, you've been doing this for a little while, but I think it's a good thing for creators that are just starting. Just send it. Throw
Yeah,
stuff at a wall, see what hits, and whatever hits, keep doing that. I think that's
100%.
that's like the name of the game now is just testing. I knew testing was like the biggest thing when I was trying to grow my Instagram, and I think that's just what you have to do moving forward.
Mm.
Um, you
Yeah,
you
and
did
oh, sorry,
go
go.
ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like in the sense of sort of doing a lot and waiting for something to stick. It's also like the same with like niching down. Like you're not gonna know what your niche is until you sort of keep giving it a crack and try everything. Because I've tried pretty much everything,
Mm.
um, and yeah, it took me like I say I've only been really doing Instagram for like 2 years now, and it took me a good while to work out this is exactly what I do. Like I thought I wanted to do cars and I wanted to do street, but this is like yeah, and I wouldn't have done it without trying lots of different stuff. So yeah.
What attracted you to portraits? So to me you have a very unique cinematic style. I don't know, Ruben, if you would like to agree on that or disagree, but I think you
Disagree.
I think you have a very unique cinematic style. One thing I noticed is your images, except for the most recent, they're a little bit darker. They're
Mm.
darker, they're gloomier. What influenced you to kind of bring that style, bring that look to your stuff?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's just like just my influences. Like I like heavy music and I like dark sort of cinema and like I don't know. I just it's just how it is. Like I've never been able to get away from it like that dark gritty sort of stuff. But it's also I think it also stands out a lot more. Like you get a bunch of clean shots in your feed and then you see like one that's dark and it's very Pinteresty. Like I think it's also like a lot of my inspiration. I was always like looking at Pinterest of like cinematic photos, like, and that was the stuff
Hmm.
that came up. It was like the dark bathroom and the little light on their chest and all that stuff. So, but yeah, no, I've just started sort of moving a little bit more to the cleaner side. Like lately, it's not
Hmm.
staying forever, but it's more so just to show that I can do clean stuff. So that if like fashion brands or magazines reach out to me, they're like, oh, he doesn't just do like dark, sad stuff all the time.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
it's pretty
And
sick.
going from like shooting those like heavier street images to a little
Mm.
bit more polished like studio work,
Mm.
how do you feel you're still able to carry on storytelling in your photography?
Um, I think it's more to do with the concept that makes it different from just sort of a portrait. Like you've got to add a bit of like context to it, I suppose. So if you are doing different styles, you're doing dark or you're doing studio or you're doing clean, like as long as it's got something interesting to it. Like if you just take a picture of a dude with a t-shirt and jeans, like cool, like but what is it kind of thing? Like so I guess like I don't know if I'm doing it well enough, but I am trying to balance to have nice, clean, tidy shots, but still have something interesting going on it, and not just a picture of a person. Um, but it's hard because like it's a big balance. Like you could make everything gritty and grainy and contrasty, but not everyone's gonna love it either. So yeah.
Um, Piggybacking off of Ruben's question of
Mm.
storytelling, what is it that you want your audience to feel when they look at your photos?
Um, I don't
What
know.
is it that you feel when you look at your photos
I
and,
don't know.
and you're putting these together?
I like to hope that people sort of take a double take at it and they're like, oh, like that's kind of cool. How did you do that? Or what does it mean. I like to kind of like meaning into some of them. I know not all of them do, but um, I don't know. Maybe I just want people to think I'm dark and mysterious and cool. Or something. I don't know. I don't know. No one's ever asked me that, so it's a good question. I have to think about it.
To me, when I look at your photos, it's very movie like. You know, I get
Mm,
like it does bring that mysteriousness. You know,
mm.
you're
Yes.
kind of like
Let's
looking at
go.
it. You're swiping through. You're trying to figure out what kind of story you're telling. I think that the biggest thing is your locations of your shoots. I think you pick great locations,
Thank you. Thank you.
and that kind of brings into the storytelling. I think my favorite was kind of. I watched the behind the scenes video of the you had your male model and like what would you call it, like brush almost, and
Yeah, yeah.
you're like, hey, do weird pose, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you should do, but you know it'll look cool. Just do it, and
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's pretty cool that you brought that uniqueness, and it's weird to think about that these weird poses actually turn out to do really cool. Like in the moment, maybe from behind the scenes, if you're looking at it, it looks weird, but once you actually get it together,
Yeah,
how
yeah, yeah.
unique it brings like a unique take to everything. Um,
Yeah,
and also
no.
your use of lightings, I think, is great too. Uh,
Mm. Yeah, no, that I won't take all credit for. That was my buddy Sam who's taught me a lot about lighting. That you've had on here before.
yeah.
He like we started doing some stuff in the studio maybe a year or so, a year and a half ago, maybe I don't know. And
Mhm.
yeah, like I definitely learned a lot from him, and we've been doing a lot more shoots together. So I'm just learning a lot more different lighting techniques. The best investment I had was that little like the Jun cob light. Because just being able to port it like hold it wherever you want, and it's great. So, but
Uh,
yeah.
I debated like 45 minutes on the phone with Ruben here if I should buy that light. Uh,
It's so
uh,
good, honestly. It's so good. Like,
yeah.
because I'm lazy with my shoots. Like, I don't want to lug out a big cob light and a battery pack and all that, and I want to set up a bunch of stuff. I just want to pull it out of my backpack, shoot it, put it back away, and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's super great for portability
Mm.
to use. You brought up how like AI portraits, right?
Mm.
AI is now a huge thing. How do you feel about it? What's
Um.
your take on AI and photography?
I mean, I hate it, but like, it's here to stay. It's like film photographers back when digital cameras came out. They're like, oh, it's cheating. I mean, but now there's digital photographers that are absolutely elite at what they do, and film is still cool. So that's awesome. But
Yeah.
I don't know. AI is kind of maybe that step too far now. To me, like it's just like, to type in a prompt and bring up a portrait and post it and go, how cool is this? I did this. It's I think it's like the equivalent of like making a music playlist and going, how good's my music? Like I don't know. I don't know. It's just I can't get around it. I think it's a cool tool. I think it's
Yeah.
like you can, it's good to remove like, like people in the background and stuff. That's just pretty much as far as I'll use AI in my work.
Yeah.
That I absolutely blast ChatGPT about like video ideas and stuff that I'll never like ever get around to, but that's cool. Um,
Yeah.
I think if you're an AI creator and you're honest about it, that's cool. And
Yeah.
like I think it's still a creative expression, 100%. But if
Mhm.
you're an AI creator and you're bullshitting and pretending to be some amazing photographer, you're losing the hours of work it takes to actually make the work. Well, you're a dick. so yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's my stand on it. I think.
So where do you draw the line of okay, this is too far. This is like a fake image.
If you're making like if you don't even like okay, if you're putting a model into and making a fake background, like okay, that's all right. But if you're like generating the entire model in the as well, like what are you doing? Like I don't know. I
Yeah.
could be like in the minority here, but I just can't get around it.
No,
Hey.
no, I feel it. I've heard like some of my professors and stuff like that say like
Mm,
when it comes to art and AI, or at least in terms of like photography and cinema, I don't know
mm.
about like painters or how they
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
about it, but they're like if you use AI to remove, it's usually all right, but once you use it to add to an image, then it becomes like artificial.
Mm. Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
do
Yeah.
you think that like fits like the general perspective that you have?
Yeah, it's the same as like going on Pinterest and just grabbing some photos and like these are mine. Like all you're doing is curating. Sorry, just curating.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't agree with it. Like I'll probably be like, when I get older, and if I'm still doing this, like I'll probably be a boomer. Like to all the people that think that it's just like, it's like, oh, this guy doesn't use AI. Still uses an old camera. Like I don't know. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But if I don't think it can keep going at the pace it's going without something happening soon. Like,
Yeah.
something's got to give
I-
soon. Otherwise, there's gonna be no creative outlet for anybody except for AI. And it's what are people gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I
such
think we'll be
a big
fine.
debate.
It is.
I
You could
don't-
talk about it for hours.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I even had one of my followers. He's a photographer as well, writing a paper on AI and how it's taking over. And he asked me some questions that kind of challenged me. Where it's like, I think it's okay. It's a good tool, but when you're using it for too much, it's like a weird line you have to cross because Ruben, you say that like it's bad when you draw a line, but what if you're using it to or adding? Sorry, to adding to a photo, but I have like a weird middle ground because it depends what you're adding, right? Because say you're trying to fill the background or something. Not everyone has the access to a big studio where they can do it. Some people are doing it in their living room and they got like a little backdrop and they're trying to fill it in. So I think it's like a weird line, and
It is,
to me,
yeah.
it's like I think personally I think AI will become so big that digital will be the new film.
100%, 100%. And
You know what I mean?
that's why I was like so full on with the like this year. Like I was like, this is kind of. It was very like doom and gloom. This is my last chance to like get my stuff sorted and get YouTube going and get my Instagram going because it's like, but it's not true. But the if you don't have a face behind this work, then you're just gonna get called like people just gonna think it's AI or whatever, and it's like. Yeah, but like in saying that, like in the world of digital cameras, where it's really popular now, there's still film photographers that like I'll watch purely because like they're fun to watch with and how they use their film photography. So, I hope like if AI gets worse than it is, like people will watch me using an old school camera because it's cool. Like it's cool to watch, fun to watch. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone's trying to grasp at straws. So
Yeah, I think like the understated part is that the AI industry it is a bubble, and it's going to burst very,
100%.
very, very soon, and then all of it's going to disappear off of the internet for the most part because the companies are going to go defunct and stuff like that. In 2 years, nobody will be talking about AI the way that we talk about it now, and these are just universal truths based off of like the actual profitability of the companies.
it's fair. Yeah, I do
what's
get
invested
that.
in it.
Yeah, it's all these stuff like this comes around and scares people a lot. But I don't know which way it's gonna go. Like I don't know enough about AI. Like I don't really follow it and all that sort of stuff, so I can't like talk for the future of it. But at this rate it's going, it's scary. But you're right. Like I don't see the sustainability in it either. Like I'm a big gamer as well, and like the fact that GPUs are like going to like triple in price soon, like how it's going to affect everything to a point where I don't think they're going to allow people to, what's the best way to cook my chicken to ChatGPT like at 3 a.m. So I don't think it's gonna work like that anymore.
Yeah, no,
That's
'cause
hilarious.
there hasn't been a AI company that has turned a profit yet. Not a single one has ever profited.
Just the processing
anything.
power and the water and the power and like
Yeah.
I maybe like for maybe for everyday use I don't think will be a thing. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Who knows?
But going from the hyper digital to the super real, my favorite of your works is definitely your street photography. I'm a street photographer, through and through, and all of our guests so far have been far more portrait or like studio or like brand friendly oriented.
Yeah.
And I think street photography is super unique. How it was kind of like the first genre of photography, street in nature.
Yeah.
Because before there was no market demand for it really. It was just like testing the equipment. So you go on the street and you test if the tint type actually works. Yeah. So I think there's like a lot of authenticity and purity in the art of street photography. And so,
Yeah,
like, what's your general philosophy towards street? Because
I
you do it like really well.
I do miss I miss street photography a lot. Keep up my keyboard, making sure I don't do anything. Yeah, no, I miss street photography a lot. It's hard. Like, I'm just gonna like sort of go back to where we were talking about like how Instagram helps creators or whatnot. That's the one thing that does suck about Instagram is like you have to niche down. Unfortunately, like I love street photography for the actual art of it. Like I think it's really beautiful capturing just moments that just happen every day that we take for granted. And but you know, if I go and take some street photography now, post it on my Instagram, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, what's this? Like this guy's a portrait photographer," and then I lose followers, and then I don't do it, which kind of sucks.
Mm.
Um, but also like I guess a big sort of hit that I took was I had like a viral reel go off from street photography. I got like 5.5 million views, and it was nuts. But it
Wow.
was a street photography photo, and it was actually the one that won the Sony award. But the problem was that I had this huge ethics dilemma in the comments of everyone battling, going, "Why are you taking pictures of strangers?" and the regular sort of street photography stuff. And it's like I get it. It is like if you're not in the world of photography, it is weird walking up to random people and just taking pictures of their faces and just going, "Hell yeah, I got a picture of a cool face."
Yeah.
But in the creative industry, like it's beautiful, like moments of sonder and that. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I wish I did more of it. Honestly, like I've got nothing against street photography at all. It's more of just like a trying to grow my account thing and selling out sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
um, but also like I do live like an hour and a half away from the city, so it is a bit of a pain to get into the city to go to shoot street because I live in like sort of coastal suburbia, so it's kind of boring. Like there's not a lot that's happening, and there's only so many pictures of like seagulls and power lines I could take pictures of. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I've gotten into a weird thing because I post portraits too, right?
Hmm.
But I've got into this thing where I've kind of enjoyed street photography, um, but I won't post it, and it sucks that it's like that.
Yeah,
So at this point, like if I just want to break from the because like at this point, if I'm not making money or doing like a personal project, I don't pick up my camera.
yeah, and
Uh,
that's like where I got led to burnout pretty hard was that
yeah,
mindset. I'm still in that mindset because I'm also time. Like I don't have enough time to run around and to like do street photography anymore. As much as I would absolutely love to, but you're right. If I'm picking up my camera, it's got to be for a purpose now, um,
yeah,
and that sucks. But it is what it is. Like
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's true. I mean, you gotta like you're spending all this money on equipment, you're doing all that, you gotta earn it back some way. And then if you're doing it full time, you gotta make a living. It
yeah,
is what it is. But my like what's the word I'm looking for? My other side of that is 2026. I am trying to make more time to just enjoy, and with that, I've been doing film photography that I haven't
cool,
really
cool.
shared, but that's like where I'll go on the street because
Mm,
uh, when I'm picking up my, digital camera, that's where I need photos right away. That's where I need to make money. That's where I need to do stuff like that. But if I just want to go and out and bring a camera, I'm bringing a film camera now, so I could still enjoy, kind of relax, not have to worry about worry about editing it or needing it right away. I got a film camera like 5 6 months ago, and I still haven't finished that roll, and I'm not pressed about it. You know what I mean?
nice. No, that's good.
Uh,
That's a good way to do it. Like that's what I when I had my first like big burner. I took like 6 months off of doing anything, and the first thing I did was go to Sydney and do some street photography because I was like, this is just relaxing. I would just get a coffee in the morning, just running around taking pictures of stuff that I will never show anyone because it was just boring. But it was fun. Like, I was having so much
yeah.
fun, and it was good. And that's what I missed about being a hobbyist and starting was it
Mm.
was it was the guilt free photography. I know that sounds so
Yeah.
weird
I
but
mean, I think it's true. Like
yeah,
you're not pressed by a client, you're not pressed by social media, you're not pressed by
yeah,
anything.
100%.
You just gotta enjoy kind of, I guess you want to say almost your roots
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah, for
starting.
sure.
You know
But
what I
also
mean?
like you can still be like a street photographer and make money or make a career out of it. You just got to get into the creative industry and start YouTube or just
Yeah.
get your social media going. Like there's a lot of good people that do that. But yeah, I'd have to start another Instagram, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Is you
Yeah.
would have to basically start over somewhere else if you wanted to post something
Yeah,
like that.
it's a bit tricky, but going back to your film, which is hilarious. The first, I've only had one crack at film, and it was when I went to Hong Kong, and I was like, I'm gonna do some really cool like grainy film photography, and I'm like, it was my first time. I got it's like a really old like German camera. I don't even know what it is. Anyway, I'll grab it. it's like a '60s mum camera. I don't know what it is.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool. I've used it once, and it's still got the same roll in it that I put in like over a year ago. Um, and because what happened was I went through, got to Hong Kong. I was taking heaps of street photos, and I went out at night, started doing some street photos and like the big neon lights, and filled the roll. And the boys were like, "Oh, how'd you guys go through customs? Like, do they have any problems with your film camera?"
no.
I was like, "What do you mean? Like, it was in my backpack." I mean, it was in my undercarriage, and they're like, "Oh, cool. You've like," and then this was after I got home too. So I went through 2 rounds of X-rays and
Yeah.
just cooked the footage. So when I tried to get it developed, and it was just nothing. It was just
Damn.
yeah. So I've just been salty about film since then. I've never tried it again. I should though. I should, but yeah.
Building off of film, I think it's important for artists of any sort, any variety, to have a mix of mediums. Like a painter often sculpts also, and it looks like all photographers also do video, even though they're more similar than they are different. Do you think like shooting in different mediums, or even trying different arts, whether it be like cooking or gardening or this or that, surfing, like are there other parts in your life that like are inspiring what you do when you pick up a camera?
Yeah, I think like 100%. Like I'm a very creative person. Like I always have been. Like when I first came out of school, I studied music first, and that's what I thought I was going to do with my life was be like a producer or like a session musician or something. And but I ended up shifting into photography. But I still go back like when I want to, and I'll still like I'll do like an autistic like 2 days of recording music for some reason out of nowhere, and then not touch my guitar for like another 2 months or something. So, but it takes me like a good while to get inspired for that. But like as for like the camera, like I might go watch a really good movie, like that's shot really well, and then I'm like, oh, I've got to get out and go do something now. So it's like, yeah, it definitely like it sort of, yeah, it works. I think like if you're creative in one thing, it's good to have different outlets in different ways. Also, I love cooking too, so to go back on what you say. I did at one point think I was going to start making a cooking, like cinematic cooking channel too, but that didn't happen.
Hey,
I
there's always time.
You should,
There's not.
have a crack at it. That's kind of like the
Why not?
project that I'm doing with one of my close friends in university, where she's doing like a goth style like cooking show of like sandwiches around the world, mixing cultures together, and everything's like very like demure and like heavy feeling, but it's like a really light topic. It was a cool contrast. I think you definitely have like the style to pull off something like that, something
I should
unique.
check it out and give it a crack.
Yeah. We'll
Hey,
drop the link.
yeah.
We'll drop the link.
Drop the link.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to recap your kind of year. What was your favorite part of the year? Who was your favorite person to work with? Your favorite collab, things like that.
My first like good collab of the year was PGY Tech, which they sent me like a bunch of stuff and a new backpack, which I have like an Amazon backpack. Like most of my stuff usually stays in hard cases, but I had like an Amazon backpack that I got for like $100 a few years ago, and it's like torn to bits. Like it's gone through like airports and that, and it's just all like leather's falling off and stuff. So it was like really good. I like not only was it a cool collab, but I got a sick backpack. So that was probably
Nice.
my favorite, just practicality. But definitely obviously the Sony one, that was pretty solid. Like it was hard because we had basically 24 hours to make a series of photos and a short cinematic video. And we basically got the brief at 1 a.m, and then we had until like we had 9 a.m. the next morning to like hand it in. So we could start shooting from like it was 9 until 9. So, but the reveal was at 1 a.m. before that. So basically, we all went to bed at like 2, and then got up at like 8 to start planning and shooting. And then we had 24 hours to shoot, edit. So it was hard, but it was so fun because we got to collab with so many cool people, and everyone was just as exhausted as each other. And there was some really cool stuff. Our team came third place, which was sick. I actually can't remember how many teams. It was probably, I think it was like 8 teams or something like that.
Yeah.
The highlight of that was I got to, like, on my team was North Borders. I don't know if you've watched North Borders on YouTube, but he's like a street photographer in Australia, and he's been doing it for ages. And it's just a cool, like, sort of like loop moment, because it was like when I first started watching photography, I started watching him on YouTube, and I was like, this guy's cool, and like photographers can be cool, and so because they're not just weird. So I watched him, and I was like, this is awesome. Like and then so it led me to get my own camera and start doing street photography, and it was just weird. Like 7 years down the track, like I'm working with him for like the camera brand that I started on. So besides Nikon,
We're gonna cut that part out.
we're gonna cut that part out. But yeah, that was awesome. And yeah, it was just a good moment. I don't think I'll top that for a while. So
That's awesome. I think especially getting like gear sent to you. That's my goal for 2026. I'm so like there's so much stuff that I want to buy for like that light. What is it? Zion? How do you say it?
I don't know. I still don't know how to pronounce it.
I call it Zion.
I think it's John.
I think it's John. I think it's John is what Sam said.
Yeah.
And then like I also want an Insta360, and then I was actually looking at one of those PGY Tech backpacks.
Yeah.
But like my mindset right now is I'm not gonna buy anything that I want. I'm just gonna work to try to get a brand deal or a collab or something. Like that's my 2026 mindset, is because there's so much stuff I want to buy, but I'm like, what if I could just get it sent to free? Like just work harder.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You can get it for free if you work hard.
It's definitely got nothing to do with how good you are. It's like the industry of collab deals, and like you definitely gotta have some kind of skill to be like part of a brand, right? But
yeah,
it's got nothing to do with skill. It's all who you know. It's unfortunately how it is. Like,
yeah, that's like the hard part.
Yeah, like you see some like rubbish people working for camera brands sometimes, and it's like, how do these guys get involved with such an elite camera brand? And then but yeah, unfortunately, it's just knowing the people that can get you in with there, because at the end of the day, it's just another person that's doing that job, and that's all it is. So a lot of my work and a lot of my things that, like opportunities that I've had have just been me like just spamming them, really. Just like I think before I did that Sony collab, I tagged them and hashtag them for like 2 years. So it's possible.
Yeah.
And they see
That's
all
what
of
I've
them.
been doing. I know that Insta360 has a challenge or like something going on right now with Leica. Every post I'm hashtagging. I'm hitting the hashtag.
Yeah, it's the only like if
It's
it's
hard.
not going to be you, it'll be someone else. So like just get in there and just have it go. So
You just,
but yeah, like but yeah, no, it's definitely who you know. Even like I'm sort of getting in with some brands now, and that's through Sam. Sam's like who we were talking about before, Sam Cousins. And also Sam C Shoots, he's changed his username. He got in with brands, and then he's gone, hey, check out this guy, and that's all it takes. So you just gotta weasel your way into things. Unfortunately, it just kind of sucks.
it does suck, but it's a benefit to, and why networking is so important.
Yeah. Or just get so good that people will just beg to work with you, which I'm yet to do.
Trying. Yeah, 'cause even like emailing the brand is hard. Sometimes you hear back, sometimes you won't.
And don't take it to heart. Like, you got to think about the thousands of emails and messages these poor guys get all the time, and it's usually like a handful of people working in the marketing team. And they just get all these random people. It's like, hey, I took a picture of this like bus stop. Will you give me free stuff?
Yeah. It sucks. But yeah, that's awesome. You've accomplished some amazing things during 2025. So congratulations to you. What's coming for 2026? What can we expect coming from you this year? That you would like to share?
I've got the next 2 months booked out with portrait shoots every weekend, and then I'll be making like a bunch of reels and obviously posting the photos and trying to make a YouTube video out of each shoot, which comes out every fortnight. So the first one's coming out on Friday, which is from last year's shoot. It's more of a pilot episode, which will be like, I'll just test the waters and see what people's retention is, and how it receives, and then I can alter like my actual good shoots that I've started doing this year. Um, so that's January and February, and then I'll probably burn out by then and quit. No, I don't know. It's hard, yeah, because 2026 is a scary year because it's a year I want to be very ambitious and do a lot of different projects, and I've got a lot of portrait shoots coming up, and there's a lot of brands that I'm trying to work with and have stuff lined up with. But also, I've got I'm having my first kid in April as well, which is terrifying especially for a creative, because it's like,
Congrats.
thank you. It's very excited. I'm very excited. Sorry, but yeah, also like it's a scary, like, 'cause I spend a lot of time editing and shooting, so it's like my time is about to get less. So it's going to be hard, but it'll be good. So I think also like it might kick me into gear and stop wasting so much time, because I'll know how much I don't have. So might be a good thing.
That's what I was about to ask you. Do you feel the pressure to, grind harder now that that's coming up? And
it's definitely helped. It's definitely helped because the fact that I've booked a new model shoot every weekend is so that I could have a surplus of YouTube videos, so then I can take a couple of months off and still keep posting, so then I don't... Because if I stop, I will stop, and then I won't go back to it when I have time again.
Yeah.
That's how my motivation works, unfortunately. I'm hoping YouTube's going to be a slow burn. I'm not going to be bummed about getting no views. That's the hardest thing, I think, is like spending, 10 hours editing a video and getting 100 views or whatever. So, and that'll happen for ages, and that happens for everybody. Unfortunately, you just got to keep doing it. So, that's my plan, and not get attached to the videos. So see how that goes. But yeah, it's also kind of good. It's like a nice little diary for you too. Like I watch back my old YouTube videos that I made ages ago that I've archived now, and I'm like, it's nice to see where I was a few years ago. Like I've got that documented now, and it's always there. So that's cool. If anything, it's a nice journal. Yeah.
So you've been on YouTube for how long now?
Oh, I wouldn't even say I've been on YouTube. Like, I got like 400 subscribers. It's not even worth mentioning. It's more like I've just tried for like my first few YouTube videos were gaming videos. I thought it was gonna be a Twitch streamer. I
tried that before.
Calling.
Me too.
We've all tried it.
Yeah.
Especially during COVID, everyone tried it during COVID too, which is hilarious. But so I've got like maybe 10, 15 archived, like, crazily edited gaming videos, and they're just sitting there, and they're never going to come out. But yeah, like pretty much the only other YouTube videos that I've done have just been like POV, like photography. I just strapped a GoPro to my chest, and I just ran through and took photos, matched the photos up with the frame, and that was it. But this time I'm trying to take a little bit more care with them and film some talking head, like intro and context, and make them a little bit more polished, so it's actually worth people's time, especially like since people don't like watch a lot of long form. Like I struggle to watch long form. The only time I watch it is like when we're having dinner, like we'll put it on TV. We actually watch YouTube on TV, which is crazy. But so I don't know. That's the goal. We'll see.
That's awesome. Well, good luck to you on that. We're definitely excited to see what you bring to the table this year. I know I am. I'm sure Ruben is. And yeah, anything that you would like to share with the audience? Actually, before we go there, I want some motivation for the audience. I'm gonna make every guest give some motivation to the audience.
I'll do my darndest.
Give some motivation to a new creator, someone that may be doubting their work, feeling like it's not enough. What do you got for them?
Don't do it. No.
Give up.
Give up. It's too late. You should have started 5 years ago. No. I think like it's not so much. It's not. This might not be as inspiring as people might hope, but it's more of you need to learn to take criticism. I think that's the best thing for getting better. And people will say it, but they don't like practice it or understand it. I think if you can't sit down and listen to 5 bad things about your work from somebody and improve them, like then you're not going to improve. If you're sitting there going like, posting like these mid photos and then going like, oh, this is my artwork, I don't need to change it. Well then, like, how do you expect to go anyway? You're not going to improve. So I think criticism is the biggest thing that I had to learn, because I was pretty like when I first started, like, if anyone said anything bad about my stuff, like I would melt down about it. I'm like, oh, man, I'm bad, I'm terrible, I'm gonna quit. Like, but like, like me and a few other boys, like every time we do a post or we have a series, like we'll put it in the chat and be like, all right, like what's wrong with it? Oh, okay, we need to change this. Oh, this is weird. Don't do this. Like, and then it just improves it, and that's all it is. And I think if people do that, you'll improve so much quicker. It's just because it's a big collaborative thing, because you're showing other creators, and those creators might have ideas how to improve it. But also don't get too hung up on it, because if you're always worried about what other people think, then you're just going to be creating content for others and not for you.
Yep.
Boom.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. No,
Awesome.
but yeah, no, just keep at it. Like, because I obviously I was going to quit a bunch of times, and I didn't, and it's led me to experiences that I wouldn't have had if I stopped a few years ago. So
Awesome.
that's more.
Thank you so
clippable
much.
for you.
Well, thank you, Caleb, for your time. We appreciate you.
Thank you. It was fun.
We'd like you to drop what social medias do you want to share? That way, where can people follow you at?
Probably you can just get just my Instagram. I think it's Kaylob. It's
Instagram?
ITSKAYLOB. It's pretty much got everything else on there, so you can just find it from there. I've tried TikTok and I just don't understand it, so I just don't bother. Keep your Tic Tacs or whatever.
Make sure you guys go follow Caleb. Make sure you stay tuned and look at his links for his YouTube as well, for his video dropping this Friday, right?
Yeah.
This Friday. And stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys liked the video. If you do, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Caleb, thank you again so much for being on here, and we will see you on the next one.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. It was so much fun.
Of course, brother. Of course.